Well, good morning, church family. As you can see, I was able to get outside recently. I got a haircut, about 10 pounds lighter, and now my neighbors don't think that there's a homeless man wandering around my property. Grizzly Adams went home, and this new guy is here to stay. I wanted to talk to you a little bit today about our focus and our determination towards Jesus. Um, you know, if we take our eyes off of Jesus, then we begin to look at secondary things, byproducts, if you will, of our relationship with Jesus and our relationship with the church and with other people. Um, Pilgrim's not the first place where I got to serve as a shepherd. I also served at a church in Cincinnati as a shepherd as well, and I focused on the sheep. And I tell you, it wore me out. It burnt me out because I took my eyes off of Jesus. In John 21, when Jesus is restoring Peter, and he says, Peter, do you love me? And one of the answers he gives Peter is, tend to my sheep. And again, I focused on tending the sheep versus loving Jesus. The first thing is to love Jesus. Jesus saved the world, but realize that was a byproduct of what Jesus did. Jesus was obedient to God first. Jesus loved God first. The salvation of mankind was a byproduct. It was secondary to Jesus' first mission, which was remaining obedient to God. And it's a high calling. It's a high calling to be obedient to God. If Jesus came and said, all you really need to do is be as holy as you can, and all you really need to do is overcome sin as far as you can, and I'm going to overlook the rest. If Jesus said that, who on earth, what intelligent man under heaven or woman under heaven would follow something like that? He didn't say that. He says, be perfect as I am perfect. Love your enemies. He said, be sure to put that lust as an impossibility in your life. And instantly, our heart calls back and says, well, how can that be possible? How could do that? Or as Paul said, who can save me? Wretched man that I am. And it's praise be to Jesus, because he is who he is. And he is enough. We need to keep our focus on Jesus. When we take our eyes off of Jesus, that's when we lose our focus, just as I did at the church in Cincinnati. Today we've substituted a doctrinal belief for a personal belief, and that's why so many people are devoted to causes, and so few people are devoted to Jesus. I've seen this happen in the church. I've seen where people have become very frustrated or downtrodden because of the trials that they faced. I've seen people be more devoted to friends than they are to Jesus. I've seen people become more tied up in the person they're helping versus why they're helping them. And what happens is when that person that you're helping doesn't respond the way you want them to, or falls away, or goes away, life just takes them away. Maybe there wasn't anything offensive in how they left. They just left. What happens is we then feel like we failed, or we get angry that they took advantage of us, when in reality, if we just remember, we're just doing what Jesus called us to do, and then let people do what they do. If it were easy, everyone would be doing it. If it were easy, it wouldn't be true. It wouldn't be real. Jesus calls us to be touched by the person in the Spirit of God. And when we are, we can then say, I know who Jesus is. And that's the source of my devotion. That's the source of my power, if you will. My love and my devotion to Jesus sets the tone for everything else. And when I take my eyes off of that, that is when I become tired and frustrated, and the devil just gets a hold of me and beats me up. So today, if I could say anything to you, I'd like to say just love Jesus. Focus on him. Stop focusing on these other things. The church is not going to save you. Your friends are not going to save you. And your service is not going to save you. Let all of that be a byproduct of your obedience, first and foremost, to God. Have a great day.